chainsaw don't want to work. It's kind of hard to do an oil field vlog when there's no dang oil field going on.
Roughneck red till the day we die. With the 18-wheelers hauling loads up at dawn, farmers cutting rows, hard hats out there pounding roads with the working class on, and that ain't low.
Morning, everybody. Yeah, it's sweatshirt weather back in North Dakota. It was 47 this morning. Hopefully it'll warm up. That's just North Dakota for you. I got the peat running just to run it. Yep. So my one job that I had bid out, I don't know if I jinxed it or not by making that video, but the disposals are all shut down for lack of water, right? So I have nowhere to take the fluid, so that job's on hold. That's it, man. So what I'm doing is just kind of focusing on my my house projects, my real estate deal, because there's no better time to do it than now. So I've been meaning to make you guys a vac truck video. People asked for it a while back, and I just thought that now's a good time to do it. So here you go. All right, folks, so I run a vac truck, right? Let's go over the key components first. Okay. Right here, PTO switch, right? It's going to engage your pump. I hope the camera doesn't flip around. Let me try doing this here. That's going to engage the PTO that's on the transmission with your hydraulic lines coming off of it. Okay, so that's what it's actually doing. Back up here. All right. It's going to engage your. That's going to engage your hydraulic lines. Some trucks have a pump switch on them, which is a directional switch, which allows you to throw your fluid into neutral, where it just recirculates, reverse or forward. You have your hydraulic cooler. This cools your this is your hydraulic tank, holds your fluid, but it's also a cooler. Hydraulic lines then come to your pump, right? Here's your power head for your pump. This is a vane pump. It's got carbon fiber vanes that are in slots, and they turn around and run in a cylinder, create airflow. Then you got your switch. It'll go to vacuum or it'll go to pressure. All right. You keep air tool oil or pump oil and a thing of diesel. The diesel is used for cleaning your pump out. That can get into that later. You have your scrubber pot, which has got a ball in there, float, and that ball blocks off whether you're on vacuum or pressure. You also have a float up in the top hatch where your air goes into your tank. In case your tank gets too full, that ball floats up to the top and stops, prevents the water from coming up, getting to your scrubber pot, going through your pump, out your dish, out your relief line, all that. This is just a muffler or an exhaust. Okay. This is your relief line that comes off of your scrubber pot. Alright, relief line valve here. You also have a relief line valve here for clearing out your hose. And your two valves. I happen to have everything just connected right now. Okay. That's the major components that you'd be working with. Okay, on running your vac truck. Now, when you're on location and you're ready to go, there's two ways you can do things. You can be all hooked up, or you can be ready to hook up. Low range, lowest range possible on your shifter. you're going to be parked, so you're probably going to be that way anyway. Clutch all the way in, down into gear. Keep your clutch down. Give a flip. I don't know if you're getting this. Flip your PTO switch on. Take it back out of gear. Let your clutch out, right? Now, you want to bump your cruise control up. You don't want to sit there and put that load on your motor with the PTO down about, you know, 500-600 RPM. You want to bump it up to about 900 RPM. Wherever the cruise control goes to is usually where it's going to run. And I always hit my fan on. If your fan doesn't, it doesn't matter if it's automatic or not. If I'm on location, I got the pump running, I put my fan on. Okay. So now your switch is engaged. Pump is running. Your switch is, I just leave it on. If you're pulling, you're going to go to vacuum. If you're unloading, you go to pressure. Now you should always have your relief valve open, taking pressure off the tank. You're all hooked up. Your valve is shut. You always want to make sure that this clean out valve is shut. You're gonna close your relief valve, either build pressure or build suction. Open your valve and start to load or disload or unload. Okay, so that's like, that's pretty easy, right? Your basic operation there. Okay, and then when it's time to be done, now if you're loading, you want to leave your relief valve closed, your hose open. You want to take your fitting loose, close your valves on your tanks if you're loading now, right? Take your hose off a little bit so that the suction will clear the hose into the tank, and once you see that through your sight glass here and you've completely cleared out your hose, shut your valve, pop your relief open. Takes all the pressure off the system. Okay, there's nothing worse, and I see it all the time, than guys sitting there, they got all the valves closed, they've cleared out their hose, they shut the valve on the back of their tank, and they just leaving their pump run. They go off and shoot the shit with somebody. Obviously this isn't their equipment or they wouldn't do it, and this pump is just screaming, pulling 22 pounds of suction on the tank, just burning up the pump. Okay, not a good deal. You don't want to do that to somebody else's equipment or yours. So the second you're done, open your relief valve. Now if you have your relief valve open, it's taking pressure off the system. You can sit there and let it run. It's not hurting nothing. Okay, so we got that out of the way there. Now if you're unloading, okay, and you're finished unloading, you're blowing air through the hose, tank's completely closed and empty. Pretty simple. You're done. Shut your valve. Same thing. Open your relief valve. Then you can go, you still have pressure on this hose here. Go shut your tank valves, and then once your tank valves are shut, you can bleed the pressure off of this hose, or once this relief valve is completely drained of all pressure, you can open this valve to take the pressure off the hose and just undo your hose. Usually you don't have to do that because the pressure is just kind of bled off into the tank. Once you shut your valve, you're okay, you can take your hose off. So that's just the basics. Oh wait, we're not done because the pump is still running, right? Usually when on my way back to the truck, whether it's pressurized or vacuum, I'll come up here and throw it in the neutral position. It helps bleed the pressure off. Back to your truck. You don't have to get all the way in your truck. It's probably wise that you do. Push your clutch all the way in. grab your switch, flip it to off. Boom, you're done. Usually you'll have an indicator light whether or not the pump is engaged. You'll know if it is or not. Do not make sure your pump is not engaged when you go down the road, because you'll fry the whole system. So that's the basics of running the vac pump, the vac trailer. There's a lot more to it. Getting into location, driving around location, safety stuff, wheel chocks, coning off around you, being aware of what's around you. That's a whole nother video. So, alrighty. A couple key things to remember: your relief on your pump, your relief on your whole system. This is an important thing. This saves, keeps you from burning up your pump and hurting things, and clearing out your hose. Alrighty, folks. Alrighty, folks. That's the basics of vac truck operation. There's a lot more to it. Maybe another follow-up video would be good with getting on location safely. Safety requirements that you're supposed to do on site, on location, as far as chalking wheels, coning off, stored energy in your lines, all kinds of stuff like that, whip checks. That's another video. We'll follow up with one of those. Looks like the July contract is stalled out below 40. So we were hoping to really hit the 40 mark on the July contract. Of course, it's not over yet. You know, we'll see what happens. But not a whole lot going on to report on. So, couple shout outs. JPTV, great video the other day. I suggest everybody go check it out. Like always, Weirdbot, Henry Bob, Greg Meyer, Dan Terlecki. I forgot you on the last shout out. I see he's commenting all the time. And that's it. Just kind of staying busy. My real estate game, I wasn't planning on doing that for quite a while, but there's no better time than the present. I've got not much else to do, so we are doing our real estate, starting our real estate program. So we're doing this first house here, and then I've got another piece of land we're gonna do another manufactured home on and clean it up and work on renting that out. So alrighty, folks, we'll try to get you a good update here soon. Y'all take care, stay safe, be blessed. We'll see you.